If you are not aware, the month of December is when I do a huge donation drive for a particular charity. Last year, we worked with NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, where we raised over $8,000 for that incredible cause. So this year, I wanted to work with an organization that is actively helping one of our very own action stars, Bruce Willis. If you do not know, our very own John McClane was diagnosed with something called frontotemporal dementia, which is a horrible disease that can be very aggressive, and sadly, there is currently no cure for. With that being said, there are incredible organizations that work around the clock, not only working on finding a cure for this terrible disease, but providing care and assistance to improve the quality of life for those affected by FTD. So, this year we have partnered with the AFTD, the Association for Frontotemporal Degeneration. And what better way to celebrate this partnership than with a top 10 Bruce Willis movie countdown? For the month of December, leading up to Christmas, we will be going through my own personal top 10 favorite Bruce Willis movies. Now, I did choose movies where he is a major character and not just one of many, so for those movies, I'm going to do an honorable mention list near the end of the month. I also will be donating personally for every new subscriber gained in the month of December. So, if you can't donate yourself, at the very least, click the subscribe button, as it will count towards the final donation sum. So, without further ado, let's kick this off, because this is Redeye Reviews. The whole 9 yards. I figured what better way to start this list off than with a banger of a comedy. And I don't want to be a downer, but it is important to address that we did lose an incredibly funny man recently in Matthew Perry, a guy who I think almost all of us grew up with watching Friends and his other shows, and a life lost far too soon. So in his and other people's honor, let's get the laughs rolling and celebrate some amazing performances. But meet Oz, the dentist whose wife hates him. He starts his day like a lot of us, with several mental breakdowns. However, next door, we're introduced to the man.
You alright? Yes.
The man who pulls off baldness so well that a lot of balding men have tried the same look, and I know you failed. And I know you had a good cry about it, didn't you?
Have we met before? No. So weird. You look so familiar. Where are you from?
Of course he looks familiar. It's Bruce Willis. But actually, he's a well-known ex-member of the Gogolak gang, and he was hired as their hitman for several years. And our man has a bit of an anger issue.
Well, I had a hamburger for lunch. They put mayonnaise on it? On a hamburger. Is ketchup!
And I am going to have a bit of an anger issue if Matthew doesn't turn around and mow that little piece of grass that he frickin' missed. Because that's going to bug me for the rest of the movie. But the two hang out. They learn a bit about each other.
See, back home, her father and I ran a dental practice together.
I'm gonna strangle you!
Fun fact, those 3 little kids you see running about, Bruce Willis's adorable 3 daughters. Are you feeling old yet? Yeah, I am, that's for sure. But he goes home to his wife. She says that if there is a price on Bruce's head, that they could rat him out and get that money for themselves. So she says, go to Chicago, rat him out, and I will divorce you. Which sounds bad, but in this case is a really good thing.
Do they have vomit bags on the flight?
And then, like a true psychopath, she goes right back home and rats Oz out to our man Jimmy. But joke is on her because Oz has no plan of ratting Jimmy out, and he just went to Chicago to get away from her for a little while, which sounds like a great idea. Fun fact number dos. This song was performed by Bruce Willis and his band. And by the way, that kick-ass harmonica solo you heard was our man Bruce Willis himself, making all of us even more attracted to him than we thought physically possible. But he heads to his hotel room. We run into another incredible dude.
I'm sorry. I must have the wrong...
What room you looking for? Forget about Dave. For our immediate purposes, there is no Dave.
Michael Clarke Duncan. Rest in peace to this incredible man. You know, the man whose voice that could intimidate you right to sleep. Because he's an adorable, giant, frightening angel. But he wants us to tell him where Jimmy the Tulip is, and we won't do it.
You know what?
Okay, we will do it.
I really have no idea. You mind if I piss a little blood first?
Please, by all means.
So, he takes us to Mr. Gogolak. While there, we also meet Jimmy's wife.
This is Cynthia.
We're told to go back to Canada with Frankie and clear the path for Gogolak to come out and kill Jimmy. And we try to warn Jimmy about this, but you know, he's Bruce Willis, so he's just cool as shit about the whole thing.
Yeah? It's me.
Oz. I know about the whole thing.
How did you know that?
Relax.
But
I'll explain everything to you when you get back.
Meanwhile, Oz is anything but. So, Jimmy's wife, Cynthia, shows up. She tells us about the whole 9 yards, which is a $10 million trust that Cynthia, Jimmy, and Gogolak are all a part of. And if they all get their signatures together, they can get the money. However, if one of them can just bring 2 death certificates with them, that person keeps the money to themselves and doesn't have to share. And that is the rub, ladies and gentlemen. That is the reason we have a movie.
how much was it?
$10 million.
But sparks fly in this hotel room and the two get it on. That's right. The 2 married folk who both have spouses that want divorces. Yeah, now this whole thing is very functional. Anyways, they go to Canada. We get to a hotel room, and Jimmy is already in the hotel room. As it turns out, these 2 jokers set this whole thing up to trick Gogolak into coming to Canada so that Jimmy could kill him and take all the money. Oh, and that he can also, kill his wife too, so that he could take her money and Gogolak's. But there's a lot of wires are crossed. And he tries to take this news in stride, but it has gotten him just a little rattled.
Well, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because she's your wife. My beeper, I gotta go to the office. You know what, on second thought, Mr. Tourette, I think we're gonna have to pull the tooth.
So, his assistant, Jill.
And here's the funny part, he's a hitman too.
Jimmy the Tulip lives next to you, and you know him?
Who is a true psychopath, whose heroes are murderers, wants to meet Jimmy because she's a fan of his. We also learn now that she was the one Oz's wife hired to kill him.
Oz was supposed to be my first.
Excuse me?
His wife hired me.
What I said.
That was you?
Yeah, this totally crazy fangirl is all over our man because, let's be honest, who wouldn't be? And he asks her to help out with the hit on Gogolak later. We also get a call, and we learn that Gogolak and Jimmy's wife are now officially heading to Canada. And once again, we play it totally cool.
But here you are, calmly talking about the murder. Does this slide? What?
We try to call Cynthia to warn her, but there is no luck, she's already gone. So we head back.
I'd like to buy a marriage.
We learn ourselves that we have a role in the plan as well.
If you screw this up, I really hate to have to kill you. I hate it more than mayonnaise. You know how much I hate mayonnaise.
Cut to Niagara Falls, we learn that Oz's wife has in fact found somebody to kill Oz. However, judging by this guy's past roles in Hollywood, I'm going to go ahead and assume it doesn't really work out. So, we go and pick up Gogolak. We play it cool as Vanilla Ice Cool. That night, all the parties show up. Oz and Cynthia meet up and they tell each other what's really going down.
They're gonna kill you. What?
And they basically plan to just kind of run away. They're just going to run away when shit hits the fan. So the Gogolak gang goes inside. We get that scene that teenage Redeye might have watched just so many times.
Hi. Are you guys looking for someone?
Hi, Yanni.
It explains a lot about me, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, there you have it. But they kill all the baddies. Oz and Cynthia do, in fact, run away. We also kill the other hired guy, who saw that coming. But however, it does turn out he was a cop. It's like an onion. Many layers. There's many layers. So, Jimmy finds out about Oz stooping his wife in Chicago, and he's mad.
You stooped my wife, Oz?
Jimmy,
Is that it?
Jimmy,
Is that what you...
Jimmy, calm down.
However, Oz has a plan that should keep everybody alive and gives Jimmy all the money. The idea is to make the dead cop look like dead Jimmy using dental records. So that they can say, Gogolak's dead, Jimmy's dead, Cynthia shows the bank, and then she gets all the money and transfers it to Jimmy.
Yep.
And now we torch those bodies. And it's going pretty well. However, a huge investigation goes on because there's a lot of dead people involved. And long scene short, everybody buys it hook, line, and burnt to a crisp. So, while Cynthia and Jill go to get the money out, Oz and the boys go out on the boat to wait. Because if she runs with the money, Oz will be killed. We also learned that Frankie definitely wants Oz dead because he's seen too much as is. So, after getting that call that the money's been wired, it's bye-bye Oz.
Bye-bye, Oz.
And our man is grateful, but he is in shock.
But why did you have to kill him?
We also learned that Jimmy decides to give Oz and Jill $1 million as a wedding present. Yeah, the two people that literally met a week ago and banged one time are deciding to get married. But that is it, so let's head on over to Redeye Reacts. Redeye Reacts is mainly just my favorite scenes that I find kind of funny, so here you go.
With no mayonnaise this time.
No mayonnaise.
No mayonnaise. He's gonna put mayonnaise on it.
You like living in Canada?
No, I live here with my wife. You think I'm suicidal? Well, you are a dentist.
You know, I can close that gap for you.
Really?
Yeah, you be in now.
You kidding this thing right now?
You've killed 17 people, and you don't think my wife is a good person? You're still gonna kill your wife?
Well, yeah.
It's a cute kid.
Got definite potential.
Man, TSA sucks. You telling me I can't bring my sewing needles on a plane, but you let these guys bring this? Shame on you. That is it. Thank you so much. If you can, please donate using the button on the page. The AFTD is a wonderful organization and is doing a lot of good for a lot of people. However, if you can't donate right now, you can always just subscribe to the channel, because as I said, I will personally be donating for every new subscriber that I get in the month of December. And that is a very easy way to do some good. So please subscribe, like the video, leave some comments. As always, my huge shout out to my patrons. You all helped put this list together, and I'm very appreciative of each and every one of you. I have a link down below if you want to be involved there. Discord is down below, merch store down below. I will see you all very, very soon. I'm very excited, and until then, stay happy and stay healthy.
Does this slide?